Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Mark. Mark's from Lancaster in the UK. So let's see what Mark has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello, how are you, Mark?
Cold.
Oh, my goodness, yes, very cold, my gosh.
Yeah, I've been out training this morning.
I've been as well, I've been for a run. There's somebody behind you. Could somebody say hello?
Yeah, it's my little boy, yeah.
Hello, how are you? You okay? Yes, I just went for a run this morning as well, and it was frozen. My God, it was very, very cold.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Mark, just before we start the game, just tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Lancaster, in the UK.
Lancaster, right, and what do you do for a living?
I work at Lancaster University as part of their outreach team, for the Students' Union. So what we do is look at widening participation with children and young people in the local area.
Ah, okay. And so, in your opinion, what do you like the most about your job, or what's the most interesting thing about your job?
Wow. Well, we work with a lot of young people who have not seen education as an outreach, as a pathway for them. So when we can try and encourage them to look at education in different ways, whether that's apprenticeships or even going into work, just looking at helping young children and young people having a different outlook. So it's not all negativity and it's not kind of doom and gloom. To look at kind of those young people and making them look in a different way at how they can progress in life.
I see. Okay, Mark, just before we start the game, I've got the magic box already here in my hands, yeah? Just tell me something interesting about yourself.
Well, you choose the word interesting. I don't know who'd find it interesting. Well, I've been involved in sport and athletics for over 30 years now. I think something like that has now just become a habit, as opposed to something that a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, get me into running." And I'm like, if you're not into it, then find something that you love. And it's just something I've done since I was 8 years old now. So if I'm not training and I'm not running, I'm not involved in sport, then there's something seriously wrong. So yeah, interestingly, I started off as a junior and I'm now nearly 40 and I'm still going, still loving it, still going out in all these horrible weather conditions and still enjoying it.
Good, okay. Okay, Mark, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. I've got here this lovely box full of random fun questions, okay? So what am I going to do now? I'm going to play a music just for us to get in the mood before the first question. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Mark, let's go for the first question. Ready?
Okay.
Last question is, what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
I think honesty. I think having a sense of fair play. And I think something, I don't know, I want to be remembered for the sporting aspect of my life. But I think just being someone who made a difference, not only as an athlete, but also as a coach, as someone who has supported others, and someone who is actually who was respected. I think that's a nice way to kind of go out, is like actually people respected what you did, how you did it, and the way that you lived your life. Absolutely.
Just a question, do you think nowadays, like British people, they're more into sports than before, let's say the 80s, the 90s, or like young age? What do you think, in your opinion?
I think with health in general, I think sport has played a different role. Sport now is a vehicle for all sorts of different things: mental health, reducing crime, obviously the engagement and competition, and like wanting to be the best that you can be. So sport is now seen as a vehicle for many, many different aspects of life, rather than it just being your elite sport that you see on TV. So yeah, definitely.
No, I'm asking you that because
I think right now it's.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking that because I'm originally from Brazil, and we have the thing of like, I grew up like playing sports all my life. I grew up like playing volleyball, like it's something that's implanted like from school. I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know, but I've been living in Europe for like 19 years since I was living in Portugal before I moved to UK, and I realized that I don't know if it's here, but Brazilian people, like I don't know, the Latin people, we are more into sports in a way. I don't know, but I think it's been changing a lot now. I remember like growing up, like we had sports every single day. Yeah? We were like doing things, and when I look back, my God, it's a lot. You know, it would be a lot. It was a normal thing for us. You know what I mean? It was something like normal for us to do every single day.
No, I think you're right, and I think that's because my mentality is because my sport is a habit. It happens every day. So for me, it's natural. But for some people who might not be, that's where I think there's a massive difference in, you know, some people think, oh, it's actually a scary thing to do is take part in sport because they're not used to it. Whereas if you said, let's go out and do this, it'd be like, yeah, great, let's have a go, because it's part of my makeup anyway to do these things. But I think there is a gulf in that ability to just go out and do it because of many, many different things. And that could just be lack of knowledge, access, or even kind of the, you know, scared of or injury, or I don't know. It's just, but I think there is that gulf in taking part in different sports, or even taking part in sport in general.
I see. Okay, Mark, let's go for the second question. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Next question is, how would you describe a perfect, healthy relationship?
Is my wife listening? Okay. I think being honest, allowing, that's not the right word. It's just allowing, I keep saying allowing, but I don't want to. Being who you want to be, but also being comfortable with the person that you're with. So me and my wife, whilst we're both very, very healthy and we're very into our own sports and we're very into training and being active, there's, if my wife wants to go and do things, go out with friends and shopping and things like that, I think it's having that freedom to go out and do those things, and also kind of being honest with each other, saying, actually, I need to go and do this, I want to go out with friends, I want to do that. So there's none of stopping people, you know, stopping your partner from doing what they want to do as well. So I think that's really healthy for us. So like whilst we have those common shared aspirations in sport and health, and obviously you can see him over my shoulder there, down there, that we are also able to be our own people and do our own things and have our own interests and hobbies outside of kind of the core family things that we do anyway.
Very good one. Let's go for the next question. Let's go. Right, so just before the next question, Mark, just tell me what's the best part and the worst part of living in Lancaster?
Ooh, I could pick something really bad, just like the weather, because it's obviously rains a lot, but the best part about living in Lancaster, I love living in Lancaster, I love living in the UK, and I think it can go right across the board for Lancaster in the UK. I think the UK, for me, it's nice, and I feel very proud in a lot of ways that as a country that we try and help other people come into the country if they come from places where it might not be as, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, like war-torn countries, people who need support, people who need help, sending out aid. That makes me feel really proud that as a country that we try and do that. However, there are people in the country who think the opposite, which that makes me feel sad. The fact that we want to live in a very inclusive society, and I want to live in an inclusive society and make sure that people feel welcome and happy and supported. Actually, if they need help, we should give them help. But there are people who still live in this country who don't think that. And that not just Lancaster, but the UK in general, that's what kind of I don't feel proud about, is when you see things on TV, you see things on the internet where you think, how can you say those things about another person and feel that you're making a positive impact on life? Sorry.
No, it's funny saying that, because it's funny because if you hear something that on TV, it doesn't fit London or UK itself, isn't it? Because it's so open and welcome place that when you hear something, it's like, my God, it doesn't go well with, you know. All right, next question is, if you could have a superpower, what that would be and why?
Well, I do a lot of running, so I'd love to have the flash, extra speed, just to give me that competitive edge. I know that sounds like cheating, but that's just the way that it goes. As you get older, you start to lose that top end speed, and you think, actually, I could just use a bit of a top up. So yeah, I'd be definitely having the flashy super speed. That would be really nice.
You know what? As I was telling you before, that I've been always like involved in sports and gym. I love going to the gym as well. But since then, one thing is very interesting. I never liked running outdoors. And when the first lockdown started in March, I had no choice. I had no other choice because the only way I could run was in the park. And I quite enjoy now. And I've been doing 10K every day.
Wow.
And yes, 10K every day, and it's really enjoyable. But I still prefer to run in the gym. I don't know why, but I still prefer. I don't know. Ready for another question?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Let's do it, Mark. Let's do it. Okay. Next question is, what is your funniest memory of your time at school?
Secondary school was very challenging. However, if I could pick, say, sixth form, went to a completely different sixth form, so left that school. Just some of the funny things that we would get up to. I probably can't say some of them, to be honest.
Please do.
No. The funniest moment I probably could, that's clean enough and kind of you can put on air, is when we used to play the teachers at cricket. And some of the bodyline bowling that our year 11s would put in at the teachers were unbelievable, and the teachers would put them back as well. And then I used to play wicket keeper, so it was quite fun for me to try and kind of do a little bit of sledging behind the wicket of some of the teachers, and then try and whip the bails off. But yeah, there was but given the fact that I was very sporty, it allowed me to kind of have those little bit of freedom, a little bit of chit chat and a bit of banter with the teachers. For school for me I was very fortunate. I was because I was very sporty. We had some decent positions, but there was something. Yeah, it was a challenging school.
Great. Let's go for another one. Let's do it. Mark, next question. Before the next question, what's your favorite sport of watching, and what's your favorite sport of practicing, playing?
To watch football. I'm a Manchester United fan. We've come from, my family is all Manchester United except for my auntie. She's now supports Man City. She supported all the teams as they became popular and good. However, up through the years, and all of us Manchester United fans, my little boy's Manchester United mad. Football is my choice, my sport choice to watch. To take part in is athletics. And like I said earlier, I've been doing athletics in some form since 1988. Probably a little bit earlier with primary school, but actually in an actual club. Started off as a junior. My dad, his first ever race was a marathon because he's just crazy. And then he just took us to the local athletics club, and it's just become that. And if I'm not out running and I'm not taking part in some sort of bolt onto running, then there's something seriously wrong.
I see.
Athletics.
What's the longest have you run? Take part on a marathon or something?
No, thing is, this is it. As soon as you mention running, people ask, "Oh, what have you done for a marathon?" Or what's your 100-meter time? There's in a lot of people's eyes, there's only two events: the 100 meters or the marathon. So I've got no aspirations to run a marathon at all at the minute. I may at some point decide I want to run a marathon, but my wife's run a marathon. She's run 3:26. She'll probably shout in a minute that's quicker. I come from a family of marathon runners. My dad, he's run 2:30. My sister, she's run 2:46. Her husband's run 2:19. So they're all marathon runners. I'm at the other end of the spectrum. I started off life as a sprinter, so I'm running 200s and 400s. So around 11.3 for the 100, 23.3 for the 200, and 50.8 for the 4. But as I've got older, unfortunately, my hamstrings aren't long enough, which means that I've had to come up in distance. So I now run 1,500 meters in the mile. So as a training run, I can run up to 12, 13 miles, but I've got no aspirations to be out there and run a marathon. All respects for those guys who do.
For sure.
Every single year, you sit and watch the London Marathon, and loads of people say, "Oh, do you fancy doing it?" I'm like, no, not at all, because I love what I do. Watching the London Marathon and the Great North Run on TV, and even the World Marathons, it doesn't interest me at all. I'm quite happy doing what I do, and because I enjoy what I do, I don't want to kind of ruin that at the minute.
Okay.
So yeah,
very nice.
athletics is my thing. Short stuff. Yeah, short and painful rather than long and painful.
Right, Mark. Next question is: what's the best present have you ever received, and why do you consider that?
I'm gonna definitely say it's not really a present, but my little boy.
Okay.
He's amazing. He's over there now, but yeah. In terms of like someone who makes me laugh so much, he's ridiculous. Some of the things that he does and he says, he is basically a mini version of myself. He'll say and he'll do things, and I'll be like, "Where have you got that from?" And then I'll instantly know. Oh yeah. That's so in terms of he's the best present I've ever had.
What's the biggest lesson, the most memorable lesson you learned from him?
I've learned from him.
Yeah.
To enjoy the little things, I think. Enjoy the little things, because he will find enjoyment in such simple and small things. And then sometimes we go out looking for really complicated things to make us happy, and little
so
things
simple.
sometimes just do the right.
Absolutely. Okay, Mark, have you enjoyed the show so far?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's been good. It's made me worried some of the answers that I'll give.
Another question. Let's. Okay, next question is, who is a celebrity that you admire and why?
See, when I was growing up, when I was a bit younger, much younger, people like Daley Thompson and Seb Coe and those types of athletes who were very much in the public eye and kind of seen as kind of the kind of shining light of the nation in sport. That must have been like huge pressure to be able to kind of have that kind of weight on your shoulder. And then people like right now, like Mo Farah, who I think Mo Farah is a really fantastic athlete, and he has to kind of overcome all sorts of kind of issues around kind of the UK. People, for some reason, think that he shouldn't be a sir, and things like that. It's just crazy. Like the people who go out there and put themselves out there in the public eye and absolutely dominate world sport, and yet for some reason, sometimes in this country, we just find a way of putting them down. So people like Mo Farah, Lewis Hamilton, people who are out there who are actually top of their game, yet still have people who just want to knock them down.
I'll tell you
so
something.
Yeah, modern day, you're looking at Mo Farah and Lewis Hamilton.
Cool. Let's go for another question, Mark. Let's do it. All right. Before the next question, do you feel guilty sometimes if you plan your day, like to go for a run or do your exercise, if you don't do it? Do you feel guilty? Do you give yourself a hard time?
It depends on why I don't do it. If the reason for a lot of people say like, oh, I didn't have time. There's time. I can always make time regardless of what time it is. Like we travelled back from somewhere last week, and I needed to get an hour done on the cross trainer, and we had to sort out Christmas presents and we had to sort things out. I waited and I got it done, and even though it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night when I started, it still happened. I won't guilt myself if things don't happen, because I know that I put that much work in up until that point. Missing one thing isn't going to be the be all and end all, so I won't guilt myself. But what I will try and do is, there is 24 hours in a day, and if I can fit it in, then I will fit it in. I've worked with a lot of people, athletes and coaches, who go, I didn't have time. There's always some time to do a little bit of something.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I will. But if sometimes you will run out of time if you're traveling or moving around. But I won't guilt myself on that now.
Okay, cool. Next question is, if you could have been in a moment, event in history, which one would be and why?
I'd love to have been kind of involved or at the 1999 European Cup final against Bayern Munich. As it stands, I was sat watching it at home. 1-0, United were 1-0 down with 30 seconds left to play, and then first goal goes in from Sheringham. I go crazy at home, and then get another corner, and Sheringham flicks it on. Solskjaer knocks it in. I would have loved to have been kind of there to have been part of the celebrations and the crowd, and even better on the pitch. But like, it would have been amazing just to have been there rather than sat at home. And I remember running out into the street, screaming and shouting. And I don't imagine what it would have been like to actually have been there as a United fan.
Amazing. Very good one. Very good. Right. Let's get another one.
Yep.
Okay, next question is, what's something not many people know about you?
I'm trying to think. I once, a long time ago, when I was 18 years ago, I played for Mallorca in a football tournament, which was a long time ago. Me and a few friends were in Mallorca, and because we were quite young and fit, they were looking for a team of players to play against the other islands, and so that we ended up playing in a tournament. We didn't win, but we nearly did. But yeah, not a lot of people. I saw once play for Mallorca randomly.
See, good one.
But yeah,
very good. Okay, Mark,
but never mind.
I have 3 questions left for you. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, next question is, what has been the happiest point of your life?
I think I would be risking my own life if I didn't say my wedding day, and also the birth of William. But the thing is, my wedding day was quite different. We wanted something that was just for us, because we aren't super traditional. So we went and got married in France, and we had around 25, 30 friends and family come over to France, and we basically spent a week out in France in Fontes d'Aude, which is near Carcassonne. We had really amazing nights, really amazing parties. We were then married in a very small town hall by the mayor. And no disrespect to him, he couldn't speak a word of English, which was fine. And because my French is very basic, but like it was amazing because we turned up at the venue and there was no one there. And I'm stood, all my wedding party, my groomsmen are all stood in like our suits and things. And then the mayor turns up and he's like in French, and I'm like, okay, let's crack on. And he looked just like David Dickinson from what's it called? The TV personality looked like that. So that was quite entertaining. He then came back to the house afterwards for a meal and some food and drink. And that was amazing. We danced and we had a great time into the very early hours. And then when we came home, we had a bigger party for more people. But yeah, my wedding day was amazing. And then following that was the arrival of William. So yeah, in terms of sport though, I've been very fortunate. Well, I've been fortunate and very unfortunate in some respects. I have been injured many times over the years in various forms. But I have picked up quite a few medals at regional and national level. So yeah, there are some times when you stand up on that podium and you think, actually, all that hard work was really, really worth it. I'm yet to pick up a gold in age group category. I picked up some silvers and some bronze. I really love to pick up a gold at some point. And I've really enjoyed my time as an age group championship athlete. I've travelled to Poland, I've travelled to Spain. I've had some amazing experiences, but without wanting to risk my own life, I'm definitely going to go with my wedding day.
Amazing. That's good. That's good. Right. I've got 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Before the next question, how did you meet your wife?
Again, athletics plays a huge part in this. So we're both at university. I wasn't really part of the athletics team at the university because I didn't really know much about it. So I tended to keep myself to myself. But I was having a pretty good indoor track season at the time. So I sought out the team and said, "Hey, I want to compete at the British Championships indoors for you. Is that okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's fine." And so we all met and went to Cardiff. and that's when I first met her for the very first time. It was quite funny. I went to University of Central Lancashire, and don't get me wrong, they had a good team, but they were a party team. They were very much about going out and drinking and having a good time. So we arrived in Cardiff on the Thursday night. They were all like, "Let's go out," and I'm like, "Hang on, we're racing tomorrow and the day after. Should we not be kind of resting?" And they all, "Oh, we're going out." So I was the only one that didn't go out. And I was the only one that then made it through to the semi-finals and further on. But that was the weekend that I then met her, and then it was over the next 18 months we became friends, and then we kind of got a bit closer. And then so we met in Preston train station just to go to Cardiff. And if it wasn't by
Oh my God!
I wouldn't have actually met her if I hadn't had been having such a good season already, because I probably wouldn't have tried to find the team. So yeah, it was on our way to Cardiff for the British Indoor Championships. So yeah, it was a bit of a random chance meeting.
Amazing. Right, Mark, what question would you like to be asked?
I don't know. I think it's like, what difference have you made or what difference do you feel you've made in your life that have been, positive for others? I suppose.
Good one.
I will always say that I don't like people, and I would like to keep myself kind of in the background and quiet. However, the way that I actually live my life is the actually opposite. So part of what I do is helping others in sport, helping others in my work. Helping other people achieve what they want to achieve. So when I say to people, "Oh, I don't really like other people," it's actually a lie. I just like the quiet life, but then I go out and do all these things and help other people anyway. But I think there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be achieved from helping others. You don't always have to be the one achieving something. There's a lot can be said for actually helping others achieve their goals and aspirations.
What I believe is when you are helping somebody else, you literally are helping yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you are just helping yourself. That's it. That's what I believe.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy that I was running with this morning. I've been coaching him for the last few years. And when he runs well, it makes me feel, it's like a selfless thing. Like, you think it's selfless, but when they run well, you feel good as well. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Right. Ready for the last question?
Okay, let's do it, yeah.
Let's do it. Right, before the last question, who is your favorite Brazilian football player?
Oh, well, there are some absolutely amazing football players that I could pick, but there was some Manchester United players which have been absolutely fantastic for United. So Anderson, whilst he wasn't the most technically gifted, well, he was a great player, and he will never be a United legend. United fans loved Anderson just because he had a really great chant, which I can't sing. But players, we also had Rafael and Fabio da Silva. They were amazing. They was just work. They would work hard. They would run for the team. They were team players, and I think that's why Sir Alex Ferguson loved Rafael so much, is just because he was 100%. He put all the effort in. Whilst he knew he wasn't the best player on the field, he worked for the team tirelessly. And it was a really, really sad day when obviously Fergie left, and then a subsequent manager, I think it was David Moyes, let Rafael go. But obviously you can't discount players like Romario and Ronaldo. They were great players, but from a personal perspective, for Manchester United, I loved it when we had Anderson and we had Rafael da Silva and Fabio. Not so much Cleberson, but the other three definitely.
Right, Mark, let's go for the last question now, okay? Last question is, who would swap lives for a day?
I think I'd pick George Best. As a United fan, George Best, and obviously I'm a bit too young to have been around when he played. George Best was the ultimate footballer. He just lived, when he was on the pitch, he was just the ultimate player. And then when he was off the pitch, he was also the ultimate player. He just lived the lifestyle. He lived jet set lifestyle. Sorry, he just lived life to the absolute fullest. And whilst it obviously ended quite sadly in the end, I think during his life he just lived it ultimately. And I think to live life as Georgie Best for one day would be an awesome day. I don't think there would be any regrets on that one.
Okay, cool. Okay, Mark, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the quick thinking game. So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word, what comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking. Ready?
Okay, this is where I get in trouble.
Right, let's start with money.
Greed.
Family.
Everything.
Love.
Family.
Life.
For living.
Sex.
Hot.
Politics.
Sketchy.
I like that. Religion.
Helpful for some.
Okay. Fear.
Natural.
Friendship.
Like a family, it's everything.
Desire.
Can often not be what you really want.
Okay. Regrets.
Should have no regrets. Just a learning phase.
Wish.
A wish?
Yeah.
Something that you should work for.
Okay.
You
Let's
can't
say
just wish
now.
something comes true.
Right. How about if I say royal family?
Oh, see, I'm a fan of the Royals.
Me too.
I think majestic. Let's go with majestic.
Okay, cool. Very good one. Right, the last two ones now. Let's say now sports. What comes to your mind if I say sports? One word.
Natural. Habit.
And the last one, Manchester United.
Unpredictable.
Like that. Like this one. Right. Okay, Mark. Let's play now. Let's play Mark and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay? Okay, you can ask me a question now, Mark.
Okay, so you could live your life as anyone, but they have to be called either William, Will, Bill, Billy, or Liam, because obviously for the Irish. If you could pick someone within those names, who would you live your life as a day as?
It's very easy as well to answer. I would say Prince William, because I just admire him a lot. Totally, yes. I always admire him. I think he got something, from, of course, Princess Diana. I think he's trying so hard. Not so hard, but I think he's doing very well. Like regardless what he's been through his life with his mom death, with the the breakup between the parents as well. And I think he's a good father. I think he's a good person. You can feel it when he's talking. You just can feel how amazing person he is. I just always had this admiration for Prince William. Always had.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm very in my family. I'm the first break in the chain. Like my dad's called William, his dad was called William, and so there's lots of Williams up and down. So my little boy's called William. So I'm the first Mark first other name in a long time. So I've started back the Williams again.
No, I just like the name William. I'm so grateful. I just loved it. And it's a very popular name in Brazil. Actually, William is very popular in Brazil. The name William.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. Mark, did you have a good time?
Yes. Yeah. Slightly nervous on some of the questions because my brain just went. No answer.
No, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being so nice and accept my invitation.
Good, thank you. Yeah.
But just before you go, if you don't mind to share a positive quote, a positive message, or something that inspires you in life.
Like for me, because of obviously the sports background, I think that the quote that stands out the most is like, hard work will beat talent when talent fails to work hard. So all I would say is to people out there, just work hard, keep plugging away, and you will get there. Just keep trying. It's when you don't try that you don't achieve. Like, you've got to keep going.
Good.
Amazing.
Have a great day. All the best for your wife and for your kid as well, okay? Keep in touch.
Okay. Take care. See you in a bit.
Take care, Mark. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Did you have a nice time? Did you enjoy the interview? William and the Magic Box. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, William and the Magic Box. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, just visit our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com. Give a like, share the video, and see you tomorrow with another lovely interview. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.